It doesn't leave much to guess with the Hawkeye junk. The little bow, or what? The main arrow.
The tricky D arrow.
The D arrow. Watch out, you get the D arrow.
Here we go again. It is time for another beer-fueled comic book sing-along. This is the Comic Books and Cold Ones podcast, the beer podcast with a comic book problem. And well, this is KMac, and I am joined, as always, by my trusty companion, Yeki the pizza dog. Come here, boy. How you doing?
Pretty good there.
Yes, best nickname ever.
KMacical.
KMacical.
The one seating flying chair that you can shoot arrows from this happy holiday season.
Yes, I do like that. That's a good
happy Festivus to you.
Happy Festivus to you as well.
How was your fun? How are your holiday seasons going?
They're going pretty good. We had nice Thanksgiving, doing some Christmas shopping here and there. For an early Christmas present, I took my daughter to a festival concert, so we got to see a few bands like Weezer, AJR, some other bands I never heard of, and it was a lot of fun.
Rex Manning was there?
Of course he was. I don't know who that is.
It's Rex Manning Day.
Oh, Rex Manning Day. Of course. Of course.
Everybody's favorite holiday singer, Rex Manning. Well, it's time once again that we break out our warm clothes and sit by the fire and bring some festivities to all you out there in Beerland, Comic Book Land, where we do another edition of our holiday episodes where we go through the 12 days of Christmas, but only the way we can over beers and comic book things. And what topic are we going to be covering today, KMac?
Well, so this show is obviously an annual tradition for us now, 2 straight years. And this year we are going to do the 12 days of Hawkeye-Mas.
No, it's not Hawkeye-Mas.
It's Hawkeye-Mas.
No.
What is it?
No. We follow canon here. Last year we did what?
We did Batmas.
Which was short for?
Batman Christmas.
Yeah. If we did Hawkeye-Mas, what would it be short for?
It'd be short for Hudson Hawk Christmas.
Or Hawkman-mas.
Hawkman-mas. I like Hudson Hawk.
This is Hawkeye-mas. We're not going to confuse the kids out there by coming up with a bunch of lyrics and they're thinking they're going to be singing everybody's Thandorian favorite Christmas carols over and over again. No, this is Hawkeye-mas.
That's true. All those Hawkman fans out there will get really confused about this. All of them, all of those 2 Hawkman fans.
Hawkeye-mas is one of my favorite seasons of the year. So
yeah, that's a good time.
Do we have any shout outs? Oh, so yeah, to give you some info on our podcast here. If you like our show, like us on the air, wherever you rate us and give us 5 on wherever you listen to your podcast, you can hit us up on our email at cbcopodcast@gmail.com, at Twitter at cbco_podcast, or like our pictures and everything that we post on Instagram at comicbooks_cold_ones. And we love to hear from you, so please write in. And we've been getting a lot of downloads, so we're really pumped. And we got some new shout outs today, and I'm going to let KMac take this away.
Yeah, so we got a few shout outs from downloads and listens on our Beer and Cider Run podcast, which were a lot of fun. We had the opportunity, if you haven't listened to those episodes, to actually meet up in person and do some live shows from a brewery. Tell me the name of the brewery.
3 Stars Brewing.
3 Stars Brewing, and the cider house was DC Cider House, Capital Cider House.
Capital Cider House. Eventually, if I give you enough flashcards, you'll get to it, right?
Yeah, I appreciate that.
You're still getting over drinking the fancy hard cider things that we did.
Yeah, those are good. Yeah. You're like in an INXS music video with those cards.
I am just.
Yeah, you're very good. Yeah. But so we have shout outs to, which is what we like to do when we see downloads from different cities and different places, a shout out from or to a listener in New Albany, Ohio, which got to say, New Albany, better than Old Albany. And we appreciate your download. It's newer, right? So it's better.
It is newer and it is less New Yorky. So more Ohio-y, less New Yorky.
Yeah.
So that's pretty impressive.
That is impressive. So people from Albany, New York just moved to Ohio and said, this is New Albany. Take that, Albany.
No, when they got so fed up with Old Albany, where they're like, this this is too stodgy with your old Albany ways. We're going west, and we're going to found a new Albany where we play it a little more loosey goosey with our
Yeah,
Albanyisms.
more liberal, more hippies out in New Albany. Maybe not in Albany. It's kind of like here near where I live. We have Port Richey and Newport Richey, and they're like 1 block away from one another. This is exactly the same situation.
Yeah. Well, I think Albany does come from the word Albanus in Latin, which means white, and so they moved from old white to new white.
That makes sense.
Is that the original white flight? Leaving New York to go to Ohio. we, ain't cracker enough for us here in New York. We're going to Cracker Ass Cracker, Ohio.
We're making a new cracker.
We're making New Crackerville.
Yeah, so if you're the listener from New Albany, Ohio, we'd love to know if that's the case. So shoot us an email.
If you're actually African American, we would be much more excited that that's what
that you broke that barrier. Yeah,
that's what didn't happen. That you didn't move west because it wasn't white enough for you.
Do we want to do one other shout out?
Oh, I think we got one more because this one was a fun one. I think we both got excited when we saw this one. And where did this download come from?
Well, this download came from Egypt. We're internationally known. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. From the Great Pyramid itself. I don't know. I don't remember the exact name because I moved off that page, but I can find it for you.
I did notice it was some desert oasis town in Egypt, and I just got pumped thinking about somebody sitting on top of the Sphinx, drinking some type of Egyptian beer while listening to our Superman Super Bowl issue and being like, that's my jam while I'm sitting on the Sphinx. Out of all the things I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna eat bad dates. I'm gonna hang out in the Sphinx.
All right, it's Al Mansura Dakalia in Egypt.
That was a flawless pronunciation.
I know how to speak Egyptian.
you're...
I can also walk like an Egyptian. That was bad. Sorry. No beers yet, folks.
You're
think of the funny jokes you're going to hear in about 10 minutes.
You're as good as Rodney in Last Crusade. He speaks a dozen languages. He'll be by now. He's already at the Grail.
With any luck, he's got the Grail already. He'd blend in. You'll never see him again. Oh, that's such a good movie.
Yeah. Well, as always, we will be counting down our version of the 12 Days of Christmas with 12 Days of Hawkeye-Mas with all things Hawkeye. This year is wide open to all things Hawkeye, so we're not limiting ourselves just to the animated and or cinematic universes. So we're including everything just for your enjoyment here, but we're going to have some beers to go along with it. And I'll let KMac roll with what beer he's going to enjoy with our holiday beers.
Okay, so for my beers are less holiday themed and more Hawkeye themed. So my first beer is from Motorworks Brewing, which is Bradenton, Florida. I did not even realize it was local.
Right? We're only doing one beer right now.
One beer for this show. Yeah, the first beer I'm drinking for this show, because I'm probably going to have two, and they're the same beer. So that was confusing. Sorry. Motorworks Brewing, Bradenton, Florida, which is a little bit south of Tampa. This beer is called Adoptable Lager, and it has a picture of a dog on it that I think they're trying to adopt, because on their website they say they work with Manatee County Animal Services.
They work with manatees?
Yeah, well, Manatee is the county that Bradenton is in. So
I thought they worked with manatees to find homes for adoptive dogs.
You'd be surprised how many manatees abandon their dogs.
Well,
it's an epidemic down here.
Or they just got so fed up with humans leaving their dogs. Like, humans, we got to solve this. You can't save us, but maybe we can save these adoptive dogs. And they're so cute.
Manatees are a noble breed. Sure are.
They
work with the Manatee County Animal Services to help adopt dogs, and I think that's really cool. And the dog on this can is named Sloan, 2-year-old. Oh, gun survivor! Wow. Ugh. Well, that's a really good cause. And since we're talking about Hawkeye today, we might, and Yeki the pizza dog is on the show as well. I thought this was appropriate. So this is a golden lager. It's brewed with German noble hops, so it's a little bit bitter. It has a slightly dry finish. It's 4.9% ABV, and 24 international bitterness units.
So it's not that bitter for getting shot.
Not at all. It should be like 99% IBU. It's like,
I
hey
thought we had a
man,
dog got shot.
hey man. But I think this is nice. It's a good cause, and I'm looking forward to it. I didn't know there was a beer like this around here, and I'm honestly surprised that it's local. I didn't think it was local. I didn't look at it that closely.
Well, that warms me for this holiday season with all the feel goods and everything around me.
Yeah.
And know that we are doing a good cause by having you drink a beer tonight.
Yes.
While
Or
singing
two.
along to everybody's bow slinging Avenger in the 12 days of Christmas. And I will be joining you with a Christmassy beer.
Ooh. See, you do the
I was
Christmas beers. I'll do the Hawkeye beers.
yeah, so I have straight from Belgium from Brasserie Chouf, the people that make the gnome beers with the little gnomes on it. I have Ni Nice Chouf. It's in apostrophe Is Chouf. They're from the Ardennes Forest and Chouf, Belgium. Brasserie de Chouf. And I'll read the little story that they have here with this.
Okay.
When the little animals in the fairyland hibernate, the Ashuf gnomes love to gather in their cottage by the gentle firelight. They spend long evenings telling the best Ardennes stories while enjoying a delicious Nice Ashuf. Smooth and strong with spicy notes of thyme and orange peel, this dark beer warms both hearts and atmospheres, making even the coldest winters joyful. And I believe Hawkeye is, if Nightcrawler is the elf of X-Men, I believe Hawkeye is the gnome of the Avengers. And that's the reason I'm going with a gnome themed beer.
That's well done. I like that.
He's got his little gnome hat on and he bobs around with the making the joy for all the Avengers. And this is coming in at 10% alcohol. It's a Belgian dark beer with spices. As I read off, and it has a nice little picture of the gnomes around the fire, the
Nice.
gnomes.
Nice. Okay, I wanted to say one other thing. We'll put this in the show notes too, but they do have the website for the shelter on this beer, www.sheltermanatee.com. So you can probably find dogs there and maybe manatees. Either way. All right.
I would like to adopt a manatee for Christmas.
That would be fun, yeah. There is one, as we learned, that travels up to your area, right?
Yes. He is a cryptid that travels all the way up here. So this pours a dark, not black color, but a darkish brown color here. It smells like a Belgian beer. I can't smell the spices as strong, but they do come in a little bit. Oh, that's really good. That's really good. It makes me feel like I'm Christmas, ready to sing some carols.
Yeah. This is definitely a dry lager. It's good, though. It's been a long time since I've had anything on this podcast other than an IPA.
Now you're IPA Mac.
I am IPA
Mac. KIPA Mac.
Oh, and then shout out, I'm drinking the glass from the brewery that we went to, the 3 Stars.
Oh, nice.
Did I remember the name? 3 Stars?
Yes.
I did. Awesome.
Good deal. So yeah, this is the time we'll be covering Hawkeye. And just give you a little background, you know him as the arrow shooting, bow slinging Avenger, Clinton Francis Barton from Waverly, Ohio. Waverly, Iowa. Sorry,
get that right.
And you've
New
seen him
Albany
in lots of
is
things.
Going to be pissed.
And we're doing this also partly because he has a new current limited TV show on Disney Plus that is not getting all the downloads that it should be getting, but it is still really well done, and we may talk a little bit about that as we go through the 12 days of Hawkeye-Mas here. And the lyrics go like this: on the blank day of Hawkeye-Mas, Marvel Comics gave to me. So that's what we're going to do, and KMac will be singing really well, and
Mad, you got some sick beats going on over there.
I was trying to put some sick beats in behind it for us here. And so would you like to lead off on the first day of Hawkeye-Mas?
I sure would. I'll lead off. me. On the first day of Hawkeye-Mas, Marvel Comics gave to me a dog with a pizza slice. That is Yeki the pizza dog, or Lucky the pizza
dog. That
yes.
was well sung, KMac.
Thank you very much.
And so, yes, we are going with that lovable dog with one eye that Hawkeye adopts after getting hit by a car in the first issue of the Matt Fraction limited series that appeared in 2012, I want to say.
Yeah, 2012. Art by David Aja, or Aja, AJA.
the guy that looks like he's drawing Mike Aldred comics, but slightly more liney.
Yeah, yeah, I like it. I think
I
it's
like
good
it.
for the Hawkeye book.
It works really well, at that true clean comic book style line. Little Lichtensteiny, little Mike Aldredy, and he gets an adopted dog because he, just like Hawkeye, is an orphan and a stray, and doesn't have good eyesight. But Hawkeye has good eyesight. Hawkeye doesn't have good hearing.
Dog has good
But
hearing.
we fall in love with them. Now I want to say the fact that we were talking about this, and yeah, the dog only has one eye in the comic books. They did a bang up job casting that damn dog in the TV show, because that dog is a level one eyed dog. I don't know how you go to a casting guys and be like, I want a dog. Like, we got dogs. Like, want a one eyed dog.
Yeah, I don't know if maybe they CGI
Somebody
that in, because I think the dog actually has both its eyes. But either way, like, that dog is a good casting job.
because that's a lovable dog. And like, how many one eyed dogs do they have to reject on their resume? It's like, you're not one eye enough. And those poor other one eyed dogs are gonna run away. That's just shitty. That's the big break. The big break. They're like, I'm gonna get a pizza and act on a TV show,
Heck yeah,
and that
heck
won't
yeah.
become my limitations. I'm supporting him.
So some trivia about the pizza dog in the comic books. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, what was the dog's original name?
I'm gonna go with Ralph.
You're wrong, sir.
What is it?
The original name for the dog happens to be Arrow.
That's right.
Yeah, which was weird, because who is the dog's original owner in the comic books?
I
Oh man, you're not
believe
going to go 0 for 2, are you? Right out the gate?
I'm gonna go over. It's Arrow, and his original owner has to be the owl.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Original owners of the dog was the Tracksuit Mafia in the
That's
comic.
right. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is kind of weird that they named their dog Arrow.
Now, is this Hawkeye's first dog in Marvel Comics?
It is not.
Who is his first dog?
His first dog, only because I'm going to cheat, because you told me, a dog named Rover, is that right?
Yes.
And it's from a 1990s Hawkeye limited series.
Yes. And what is unique about Rover?
Rover can operate the sky cycle.
Technically, that might be true.
Yes.
Because Rover is a man-human dog, genetically created by the Secret Empire, who Hawkeye rescues and pets on the head and saves him over a 4-arc issue. And
Wait, the Secret Empire? Who's the Secret Empire?
So the Secret Empire are the Lions, as Hawkeye calls them, the Lions Club of the underworld. They're like criminals that kind of get together and do things. Their most famous thing ever was they took over the U.S. and got the president installed, who may have been Nixon at the time.
Oh, okay, that was that Captain America story.
Yeah, where they all had the numbers on their head. Yeah, so the Secret Empire is making genetic, led by Madam Viper. She's leading them at this time in making genetic dog human crossbreeds in the Alaska North, right after the death of Mockingbird, when Hawkeye goes solo and Hawkeye rescues him from the Secret Empire and adopts him and calls him Rover and pets him on the head. And I'd like to think Matt Fraction read that and was like, that was so touching. I want to give him a real dog.
I wonder what happened to Rover.
I don't know.
He's not in the Pet Avengers.
He should be. He should make an appearance and get some beef with Lucky.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was his dog first, yo. I was the first dog.
So I really like the pizza dog. Yeah. And I like how they integrated him into the show. They've done a good job.
They did a really good job.
For sure.
Okay.
And dogs, you want me to do this? Are cool. Yeah, we alternate this stuff, right?
Yeah. Ready?
I'm ready. You can do it.
On the second day of Hawkeye-Mas, Marvel Comics gave to me 2 crime mentors and a dog with a pizza slice.
I can sing with you on the second one, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. When we do the resound.
All right. He had 2 crime mentors. Tell me about that.
2 crime mentors from the circus, when he, as a orphan, ran away from the foster home with his brother Barney. they joined up as roustabouts with the
Oh,
carnival,
roustabouts.
which is one of my favorite titles for any employees. And he gets trained by two different crime mentors at the circus who end up being criminals and robbing things. The first, of course, the most famous one, the swordsman Jacques Duquesne, who eventually does join the Avengers and then dies and then becomes back as a plant man, sword man, and then comes back later on many times over
Mhm.
throughout the years.
Never really became, even though he joined the Avengers, never really was a hero, right?
No, he was for a little bit. Yeah, he had his moments,
Right.
especially when he was a plant, when he was the clone copy from a plant. But that wasn't really probably really a swordsman. Little known fact: who did the swordsman get his fancy sword from?
Ooh. Um, that's interesting. I don't know. So I will guess he got his fancy sword from the Mandarin.
You got it right. You
Did I
did know
really?
this.
Oh
Yes.
no, no. I actually I read that he worked with the Mandarin, but I didn't know the Mandarin was his sword supplier.
Yeah, he made it with the rings to have different powers, like shoot fire, like the Mandarin's rings and things like that. So that's
Nice. Well,
where
good for
where
me.
yeah,
I'm kicking ass on this podcast
you're
today.
doing really good at holiday
Listeners,
trivia,
listeners, you
Honka.
need to send us something about how good I'm doing on this one.
And then the second crime mentor, the one who actually taught him how to shoot a bow even better than the swordsman, would be Trickshot, the luminous one, Bookie Chisholm, who was quite large, and throughout the comics he runs to. So he first appears as kind of a retcon in one of the solo Avengers, where
Issue number 1.
yeah, where and Hawkeye's supposed to eventually try to take him out because Trickshot has the big cancer and wants to go out like a man, getting killed by the best that he's ever trained. That's Hawkeye. Reappears after beating the Big C in that Hawkeye miniseries from the 90s, working for the Secret Empire, but then helps him out when he realizes Madam Hydra is going to do Hawkeye dirty better than he deserves. So, but eventually he does die, and Trickshot goes away, but he comes back in another format by somebody else. So it's
Yes.
Trickshot being two words, not one word.
Ah, yeah, and we'll talk about who else becomes Trickshot later. But yeah, so Trickshot kind of has a tragic story because I think he ends up trying to be good toward the end of his life, right? Doesn't he?
It's only tragic for the ham and the turkeys and whatever, and the barbecue chicken sitting around him.
You be nice to Trickshot. He had a rough life.
Not at the dinner table. He didn't. That man wasn't stealing money. That man was stealing prime rib.
Well, hell, I mean, Primer is good. You can't fault him for that. One thing Trickshot passed on to Hawkeye, besides archery skills, is using trick arrows too. So
Yes.
Trickshot used all the trick arrows and gave Hawkeye, I guess, a lot of those ideas, or at least made him better able to use those trick arrows. So yeah, what was Trickshot's costume like?
It was like a big it was a big piece of fabric to hold that big belly in. And he has a super buzz cut too. But
Sweet.
it changes colors, but it's like a big sacky
Is it
looking thing, like a
white?
tunicky look.
Is it white and red, or am I thinking a
Yeah, it's
different
white and
type?
red. Yeah. And but it looks like Hawkeye's original costume, but it hangs down lower, which is white and red. Like the dressy part goes down lower,
Hmm,
like really
fancy.
low. Yeah, because I guess he's kind of embarrassed by his cankles.
Well, you know, what are you going to do, right? And so we skipped over some stuff with the swordsman too.
Okay.
Well, that the swordsman may or may not be in the Hawkeye show.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. Do you think either Swordsman or Trickshot will appear in the Hawkeye TV show?
So we'll talk about some spoilers. If you haven't watched the first 4 episodes of Hawkeye at this point, that's when we're recording this. So there's a character in the Hawkeye show named Jack Duquesne.
What?
I know.
Is
Could you believe it? So may or may not be the swordsman. He seems
and
to be
what? Wait,
very
wait,
good,
wait. And he's a good with the sword, isn't he? He fences Kate Bishop in that, I believe.
and he collects swords. Yeah, and he has a mustache. So
Who does
you
not have a
know,
mustache when your name is
yes,
Jean Duquesne?
I know. I wonder if he got his
So,
sword from Shang-Chi's
the
father.
Mandarin.
Yeah.
He might very well. That could be the tie-in that we're looking for.
It could be.
So
It would be really
we know
cool.
the swordsman's we know the swordsman's in the TV show. Do we think Trick Shock's going to show up?
I don't think so. I think they already have too many characters to add another person. If it's Trick Shot, I don't think it'll be the original Trick Shot. But I think with 2 episodes left, they don't have enough time to add more characters unless the last episode's like an hour and a half.
Why you gotta ruin my second day of Hawkeye-Mas by saying that, and also ruin all the portly actors' chances out there? Why you gotta ruin Jack Black's chance to be in the MCU?
That would be awesome. Actually, that would be really cool.
This is his chance to be a supervillain, and you're ruining it for him.
Well, that's just what I do. I take people's dreams and I smash them.
You smashed that one good on the second day
I'm
of
just being
Hawkeye-Mas.
realistic. There's not enough time. There's not enough time for a Trick Shot. I would love it to be more than 6 episodes, but I think they have too much to resolve in 2 episodes.
We
Unless
will
they're
see.
gonna like have Hawkeye season 2.
Well, here's the spoiler here for you kids. I'm going out there. Episode 6, last scene, Jack Black, trick shot. Bam, mind blown. Right here, you heard it here first.
All right. Why Jack Black?
Because
I can't think of anyone else.
He's charismatic. He's portly.
He is.
He looked good in that long dress. I mean, and if I had to guess, Jack Black can probably shoot a bow and arrow. He probably took up archery after watching the Hunger Games like every other buddy out there.
Yeah, and he was in Jumanji, so you had to learn how to do that in Jumanji.
Oh, most likely, yes, most likely.
Yeah. So this and what else was he in that he could have learned to shoot an arrow with? What's the Nacho Libre? Obviously, he knows his martial arts.
In what movie did he play the bad the bad sidekick kid for like a kid at a private school? Was he in Son of a Woman?
He was
the
in
bad guy?
he was in Orange County. Was that the
Or
one?
he was no, that's where he's he's in a movie where he plays like they're at a private boarding school and he's like the bad one of the bad kids to them.
Oh, I don't know, but everyone out there, if you're looking for your random Jack
Oh
Black
no, I'm
trivia,
thinking
here we go.
I'm thinking Philip Seymour Hoffman in Son of a Woman.
Oh yes.
And I would have said Philip Seymour Hoffman to be trick shot, but
he can't do that anymore.
He trick shot him something else.
Yeah, he's trick shot already.
Yeah. So sorry about that.
All right. Rest in peace, Philip Seymour Hoffman. All right. So that was good. 2 crime mentors on the second day of Hawkeye-Mas.
Yes.
Are we ready to move on to the third day of Hawkeye-Mas?
Oh, there we are.
Hawkeye-Mas.
Hawkeye-Mas.
I know. I was just saying it fast. Okay. On the third day of Hawkeye-Mas, Marvel Comics gave to me 3 dead Bartons, 2 crime mentors, and a dog with a pizza slice. Yeah. So
nicely done.
Yes, thank you. 3 dead Bartons, everybody. I know it's a little morbid, but Hawkeye has had 3 family members in the comic books. We're not talking about
3 blood family members.
Yeah, 3 blood family members.
3 blood relatives.
Yeah, because he's been married in the comics and he's had in-laws, and obviously in the MCU he's married and has children. So, a Hawkeye show married with children.
Bum,
Nah.
bum, 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 bum.
I don't know if that'll
go
work.
together like a bow and arrow.
There you
go. You can't have one without the other. I'm sorry, that's a different song.
Yes. Good show.
So yes,
I wasn't allowed to watch that when I was a kid.
So he's from a family of 4, and we never see, except for I think in flashbacks, do you see his dad, Harold Barton, dead, Edith Barton, mom, dead also. So they appeared. He's an orphan. They died in a car wreck because Harold Barton liked to drink a little too much of the
drinking and driving.
Booze. Yeah. And wrapping the cars around trees.
Yeah. So don't do that, everyone. If you're gonna drink, sit at home, listen to our podcast.
Drink responsibly and sing along at home to this song with us.
Yes. And now the third dead Barton is his brother Barney Barton, who died and then came back and then died. He has a complicated dying history, doesn't he?
Yeah. So we first see Barney Barton as a low-level hustler, and I can't remember if he works for the Magi or not.
Now, I thought we first saw him, maybe they retconned this, but he was in the FBI and working undercover with like in supervillain organizations. Isn't that right?
No, so he first appears in one of the like in the chronological comic, not the chronological, but the comic actual when comics occur in the
Okay.
Avengers as a low level hustler because he went on to continue his life of crime, whereas his brother did not. And I think he is in the Magia, but he does end up working with the Avengers on the case and sacrificing himself in outer space to save the world. I think it's against the Doll Master, if I remember right, that kills him. I can't remember.
Egghead.
Egghead, no, Egghead. You're right.
Yeah. Yeah. See, I read, and maybe this was a retcon, right?
And
That
at
he
the end
was.
of the thing, Barney says he was working for the FBI or Clint says he was working for the FBI to make it look good. And then I think maybe they retconned it
Oh,
in later.
they maybe retconned it to make it
Yeah.
right. Because yeah, I read that he was an FBI and he worked undercover in villains organizations for the FBI villains like Marco and Egghead. But he die in the Egghead scenario, or did it only seem like he died?
Supposedly, I haven't read the newer ones that they brought him in the 2000s, so it took a while
Uh,
for him to bring him back. But
yeah,
yeah, he
listen
was
to
dead,
this.
dead.
Listen to
Okay,
this. He
I'm
no,
listening.
Egghead realized he wasn't dead. He was just on the brink of death, so he kept him in suspended animation, right? And then Egghead died later. Hawkeye killed him. I read, and Zemo found Barney Barton's body in suspended animation, woke him up, and turned him against his brother, and then eventually hired.
And he made him what? What did he make him? He made him into what?
He made him into trick shot number two. He hired the original trick shot to train Barney Barton to become as good an archer as his brother Clint, already turning Barney against Clint, and then Barney Barton became the second trick shot, and I think he was, and eventually didn't he? Wasn't he Hawkeye in the Dark Avengers too?
I believe so.
He might have been, yeah.
But this is also he's trick shot all one word as opposed to two words.
Ooh,
So I don't think it's not the same mantle.
it is not the same. That's slick. Good
Yeah.
job. I
So
mean,
he's got
being
only
in
got
the
one name, whereas the other guy is Mister Trick, last name Shot.
like Zemo doesn't want to get into any like legal trouble or anything. He knows that if he names him a little different, he can sell the merchandise and not worry about copyright, anything like that. So Zemo is a savvy businessman, and so is Norman Osborn. If it was part of the, you know, Dark Avengers event. Well, actually, if it's Hawkeye in the Dark Avengers, forget that. Osborn's pretty stupid because a lot of lawsuits can happen through that. But
So many lawsuits.
I know it's just lawsuits everywhere. Call She-Hulk.
Yeah, and they did make him less portly as a trick shot, but gave him like huge guns.
Yeah, and so eventually though, however that worked out, Barney and Clint eventually reconciled, and he's seen hanging out with Clint a lot in the Matt Fraction David Aja Hawkeye series from 2012. Like I don't know if
Hmm.
he's homeless at that point or something, but he comes in and starts helping Hawkeye. And it's nice. It's a charming story.
It's feel good for the holiday season. He reconciles with his brother,
It is. It's very good.
just
They do
like some holiday movie on the Hallmark show.
like all the holiday movies on the Hallmark Channel.
Could Hawkeye make a Hallmark movie with Barney Burton on the holiday show where they reconcile?
Yeah, I think so.
Like trick shot and Hawkeye Jamboree Holiday or something like that?
Yeah.
or or
Archery Festival. Holiday Festival. There you go.
Splitting Arrows Christmas?
Yeah.
They got to have some charming name that yeah. Holiday postcard. Splitting two.
That's what it is.
Trick postcard. Trick holiday postcard.
Oh. Holiday bows and
Oh,
arrows.
there we
There we go.
go.
We
There
got
we
it.
go. Winner, winner.
We got
take
it.
take your bases, sir. So, Hallmark Channel, if you're listening out there, hire KMac Yek to write the Trick Shot and Hawkeye special holiday bows to come in 2022. And you people out there listening now, get ready for nothing but feel goods and trick arrows straight to your hearts and crime.
Yeah, tune in. We'll let you know we'll let you know next year when it's coming out.
Well done.
I'm super excited about this.
I've already penning paper.
Yeah, I will write the hell out of that show.
Yeah.
It'll be about Kurt and Barry Barton.
All right. So you ready for
Moving on.
the fourth day of Hawkeye-Mas?
Yes.
Okay. On the fourth day of Hawkeye-Mas, Marvel Comics gave to me 4 dying Hawks, 3 dead Bartons, 2 crime mentors, and a dog with the
Dog with a
pizza
pizza
slice.
slice. Wow, we've had 2 morbid ones in a row here.
We could-
Lots of death. 7
well,
deaths in a row.
well, Hawkeye's had a pretty morbid life.
That is true.
When you're an orphan for life.
You're from Waverly, Iowa.
Yeah.
Then you're an orphan, and then pretty much, yeah, he's
And your
kind of
first
like a
gig, out of escaping the foster home is roustabout.
Rouse circus roustabout.
You join that carny life hard.
So Hawkeye in the comic books has died 4 times. Well, are we going to talk about the cartoon also, or are we just going with comic books?
You make the choices here. This is the one you wrote up.
Okay, well, we might have a bonus. It's 4, but we might have a bonus 5.
Well, we have
So.
also Rands that we can debate whether that's true or not.
Correct. So we'll do that. So why don't you? What's the definite death for
The
Hawkeye?
most famous one that we know is, of course, Wanda kills him in Avengers Disassembled by crashing a bunch of shit on him.
Right. Doesn't his sky sled crash into an engine, a Kree warship engine?
Yes. When she's bringing all the pain that all the villains can bring from all across the universe. And the second deaths, I think, or the final death of that fight is Hawkeye getting mangled all up. And then it runs through all the series where anytime they talk about Scarlet, you killed Hawkeye. You beep.
Yeah, I mean, she killed a lot of people, but they really only bring up Hawkeye all the time.
That's how she treats a guy that really liked her for a long time. Don't trust that Scarlet Witch.
Yeah, and if you want to know more about that story, we did a This Is Your Life Scarlet Witch podcast, I think last January or maybe February, around the time that WandaVision was airing on Disney Plus. So take a listen. That's a very good episode, I must say myself. Lots of good beers.
Good beers and scholarly written, I think.
I think so too.
So that's the big major death that leads to lots of things. Eventually leads to the Ronin storyline, leads to the Matt Fraction storyline, and kind of, I think, establishes Hawkeye even more as that down and out loner who likes the Avengers.
Yeah, I mean, because he was out of the Avengers for a long time after that, only really coming back to them here and there.
Correct.
Now, the second death, and we'll use death in quotations here, is at the end of the Kree Skrull War series that ran through the Avengers. And we have a theme with this day of Hawkeye-Mas that listen to our Kree Skrull War podcast, which was very thoroughly covering that story as well. What was it called? Was it a Masterpiece Comics Theater, or was it?
No, that was our first Big Swig.
That's right.
Breaking down the Kree Skrull War.
Ghosts.
So yeah,
Ghosts of Christmas Past on this podcast.
So Hawkeye in the Kree Skrull is actually going as Goliath, and he sacrifices himself on a Skrull ship to save everybody else. And you think he dies blowing up the ship, but then in Avengers 99, he comes back wearing an all new costume, or 98 comes in at the end of 98 wearing an all new costume that's retro-y, tunic-y, not quite Robin Hoodie, but more medieval times than he's already dressed as.
So he's not Goliath anymore. He's Hawkeye. Then.
He goes back to being a Hawkeye, but there's they show the scene where he's Goliath in the Skrull ship, and he bends a piece of metal and grabs another piece of metal and grabs a piece of wire and turns into a giant bow and arrow. Because Captain America said he could make a bow and arrow out of anything, and that's what he does. And he shoots it through the engine, and then he gets on another ship and falls to Earth in that other ship.
Well, how many issues was he absent for?
It was quite a few. I think it was like at least 6, maybe half a year.
Okay, nice.
That's well done. He wakes up, and guess who wakes him up to save him?
Oh, Wanda?
No.
Ah.
the people that he always goes to, the carnies.
Oh, the
See,
carnies. Oh, because he didn't he join? Did he join the circus again
he
after
joins
that?
the circuses
That's
again.
right. Damn it,
And we
I
may
knew
be
that.
talking about one of all his shit jobs here in a second. But yeah, he gets the job once again, traveling the circus as their arrowmen. And they also have the traveling circus an amnesiate Hercules as their strong man.
Nice. That's a cool way to intro Hercules.
Or
I
they
hope
bring
that.
him back. They bring him back. They don't know why he has amnesia. He's just
Oh,
traveling with
because
the circus, and that's
that's right.
that's
He was
something.
already in Thor comics before that, right?
And he
Yeah.
had already been a partial member of the Avengers before this.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, before yeah.
That's neat. Hercules is a cool character. I hope they bring him into. I guess it doesn't make sense to bring him in the MCU when Thor's in it right now and Thor's personality, because Hercules kind of has a similar personality to the current Thor personality. But
They are very closely aligned. Yes, that is death number 2.
that is death number 2. All right. So death number 3, we will go with Onslaught here. Now, if anyone doesn't know what Onslaught is, you got a lot of reading to do because that's a long story. Phase 1 and Phase 2. So Onslaught was the
You have to get a bachelor's degree and a master's degree to get
you
through it.
do. It's yeah, it takes you about 6 years. So so long story short, Onslaught is a combination of Professor X and Magneto's minds turned sentient.
You heard that, kids. That's how good of a story it is.
Yes. Um, and the only thing that can defeat Onslaught is when I didn't read it for the other thing that we do when we read the crossovers, but if memory serves me correct, he had some kind of like energy around him, and the way to kill him was if non-mutant heroes ran into that energy field. Eventually that killed him, except that Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver could run through because of her hex power.
No, Quicksilver couldn't. Scarlet Witch could.
Oh, Quicksilver didn't? Oh, okay.
No, Quicksilver
Oh,
did
no,
not.
that's right. That's right. Because then he got all weird after that.
Yes.
Yeah. So Scarlet Witch was able to because of her hex power, because, yes, she's a mutant.
Correct.
Correct. Yes. And so all the heroes, including Hawkeye, were thought dead at that time.
And I don't understand if it's hero power. Hawkeye couldn't have dripped that much into it since he's just a normal guy.
Regular dude. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is another one where he just wants to tag along, right? He's like, well, all the other guys are doing it.
I think, well, maybe his
Well,
trick arrows helped him out.
I don't want to be left
Onslaught
out.
was like, can't deal with trick arrows.
I don't want to be left out of this. Hitch me right into this terrible. Hitch me right into this terrible storyline, please,
Yeah.
writers.
That would have been his time to shine if he was the only hero left, right?
Well,
That would have been
Spider-Man.
awesome.
Spider-Man got left behind also.
Oh, did he?
Hmm.
That make yeah, because it was only like Heroes Reborn was only really like Avengers Reborn.
Yeah, because Spider-Man. Then they made the big deal that Spider-Man was a bad guy. See, he didn't go sacrifice himself like all the other heroes.
Oh yeah, because he had the wife and the aunt.
And I think he was trapped under something also at the time.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Spider-Man, you're terrible. How dare you?
Look at Hawkeye. He gave himself up, and all he's got is trick arrows.
Yeah, and I think the other actual death we have is in the What If cartoon, when we have Black Widow and Hawkeye as the only two surviving humans against a planet full of Ultrons. How did Hawkeye die in that episode?
He sacrifices himself to let Black Widow get away with the Arnhem Zola Ultron, and he's just tired of fighting, so he takes on an army of Ultrons.
Well done, Barton.
And he shoots all the trick arrows.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That was kind of, it was juxtaposed to Black Widow's death in Endgame.
Correct. They were trying to make to show how close of friends they are. So those are the deaths that we know of, are pseudo deaths or close to deaths, to make up the 4th day of Hawkeye-Mas. Now you teased an alternate death that we ruled out as a death, and what would that be?
Well, in West Coast Avengers 59, Hawkeye, along with Wonder Man and one other Avenger I can't remember, are blown up by a bomb that Hydra Man set for them, which is kind of a weird way to go.
Hydra Man likes blowing things up because
Yeah.
he's water.
Well, the whole issue too, he just beat the crap out of Wonder Man. Wonder Man and Hawkeye. One part was cool when he actually turned into water and went down Wonder Man's throat.
Yes.
And knocked him out. That was pretty funny. But that's in the story that leads up to another Scarlet Witch problem story, I guess, for the Scarlet Witch, but where Immortus is erasing timelines that weren't supposed to happen. So in that timeline, as soon as they're dead and buried, Immortus erases it, and it never happened. So technically, it never happened. But a couple of these never really happened.
That's an Acts of Vengeance crossover, also, if I remember right.
No.
The Hydro Man one? I believe so, right?
Oh, I think the Hydra Man one, it might be.
Yes,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
believe that is. Don't
It could be.
deny me my knowledge of Acts of Vengeance.
I can't wait until our pub crawl that we read Acts of Vengeance.
Also, talking about dead things, how are you killing that beer? How's it doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I like it. I like it. It goes down pretty smooth. I got to finish the second one.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, mine's really good. I'm nursing a little bit because it is 10%, but it is making me holiday cheery and know me like our man Hawkeye Clinton Barton. So we are through 4 days, and that was 4 dying Hawks. So we're moving on to everybody's favorite lyric in 12 Days of Christmas. Is 5 gold rings your favorite lyric? Is my favorite lyric because everybody gets to scream it, right? You get to yell
Yeah,
it.
and my favorite version of the song is the Muppets when Miss Piggy sings it. That's by far it, the best it's ever been done.
Yeah.
Miss Piggy is awesome.
5 days of Piggy-mas. 12 days of Piggy-mas.
Heck yeah.
Because the kids have been clamoring for it, like a Three Stooges and Laurel Hardy crossover comic book.
You know it. You know it. There's never been more demand for 12 Days of Miss Piggy and that comic book you referred to. They should cross over.
Especially
Muppets.
drinking beer and talking about that.
Yeah, yeah. It's going to take the podcast world by storm.
So I believe you get to sing the first of the 5 days.
I do. Very well. All right. On the 5th day of Chris. Oh man, I did it backwards. Too much beer.
Drink.
Ooh,
You
I
got to
got to.
drink. That's a party foul.
I will drink.
That's a
Hell
Hawkeye
yeah.
miss foul.
You know, I got to say, so that's the 17th one, right? Because
Yeah.
we did it last year, and that's the first time anyone messed up, and the punishment is worth the mess up. So I'm cool with that. All right.
It's in canon now that the mess up is you have to drink.
You have to drink. Oh man, what a punishment. All right, so on the 5th day of Hawkeye-Mas, Marvel Comics gave to me 5 shitty jobs. I added the Y there.
Yeah.
4 dying Hawks, 3 dead Bartons, 2 crime mentors, and a dog with a pizza slice. Very good.
So
Yes.
you heard that right. 5 shitty jobs is the 5th day. Because Hawkeye, as a workaday guy, has had 5 shitty jobs. or I should say 5 really shitty employers.
Yeah.
That does not mean teams. We're not talking about he's been on these teams like the Avengers, the West Coast Avengers. Those are different. These are workaday, I'm doing this to collect my paycheck, not because I want to save the universe type jobs. He's just doing it for the check.
Yeah.
And that would be one with the first one he got as a job as a roustabout as a teenager, where he learned his trick shot skills and learned from swordsman and trick shot. That's the when he traveled with the Carson Carnival of Traveling Wonders.
Yep. That's where all orphans go when they run away from their orphanage. Where else would you go? I wonder what other wonders did they have at that carnival?
Well, they obviously had crime because they had two super criminals, assassins working for them.
That's crazy, right?
Now, all right. So, how dangerous were circuses back in the 60s and 50s when Stan Lee grew up? That everything came like superpowered villains came out of circuses.
I know. Well, it's almost
Why
like.
would you let your kids ever go to a circus?
I know. It's almost like they thought, like, if the circus comes to town, lock your doors because someone's getting robbed.
You gonna die. I mean, they had a whole circus of crime, for God fuck's sake. Which Hawkeye, the next circus we're going to talk about that he works for, got taken over by members of the circus of crime.
I know. And who works for 2 different circuses?
Yeah, either you're a Barnum and Bailey man for life, or the other circus that got bought out by Barnum and Bailey
Yeah,
years
yeah, that other
ago.
one.
Ringling Brothers. Yeah,
Oh yeah, that's big in Sarasota.
yeah,
The circus.
yeah. It's where there are no superheroes in Sarasota.
There aren't. No.
There's only supervillains, namely the Golden Girls.
Well, or retired supervillains.
The Golden Girls.
Empty Nest. Didn't that also take place in Sarasota?
Yeah, well, it's the
They're
Golden Girls
neighbors.
spinoff.
Yeah, they're the neighbors.
Yeah.
You heard
But
it here
the second
first, everyone.
the second circus he worked for that he picked up after the Carson Carnival traveling of Wonders is the Kybler Circus, formerly known as the D-Bolt Circus, which
Now,
was
is it Kybler? I prefer to call it the Keebler
Keebler.
Circus,
Is it the
and
Keebler?
imagine that it's run by elves where they make cookies, delicious cookies.
Or gnomes, maybe.
Ooh, very interesting.
And I believe T-Bolt is the name of the ringmaster, right?
I don't know. Sure,
I believe so.
but the circus is primarily held inside a tree, so that's very strange. But it works for them, those elves.
Yes.
Imagine having a cookie factory in a tree. That's so crazy. How do you make cookies in a tree?
Well, how do you not burn the fucking tree down?
And enough cookies to fill supermarkets.
How do you not burn the fucking tree down
That's
by
true.
having an oven going with the same fuel that you burn in the oven?
Stop smashing my dreams.
I'm going to smash them some more because, yeah,
No.
it was formerly known as the T-Bolt Circus, which is Maynard T-Bolt was the ringmaster. So, yeah, they remember the Circus of Crime, and Hawkeye traveled the Circus of Crime then for a little while. And so did the Hulk.
So Hulk was in this circus in Avengers #1. It's how he was hiding from Loki. Wasn't that what it was? Or Loki found him there hiding, right?
Oh, I can't remember.
I think that's what and he was disguised as some kind of robot or pretending to be some kind of robot. So does does Hawkeye's appearance in this circus predate Hulk's in the retcons?
So post.
It's after Hulk?
Yeah. He was in it, and there were some leftover members in the circus, but yeah, that's the reason it became the Keebler Circus. But Hulk traveled with the T-Bolt Circus, because he got mesmerized, right? By the
I think so. Yeah.
So when they went on the straight and narrow, they started selling cookies. That's how it worked out.
You know, sometimes you're like, cookies is the way to go. I haven't had those cookies in a while. Have you had those cookies in a while? I haven't. It's been a long time.
I haven't had an EL fudge in a long time.
Oh, EL fudges. That's right. That's genius marketing.
On Good Mythical Morning, they did like a couple weeks ago try all the Keebler cookies and rated them.
It's a good show.
And they've made a lot more EL fudges since we've been.
Since have they been? Out. That makes sense. Have you seen like the Chips Ahoy selections?
Yes.
They have like red velvet and all this weird, and even Oreo has red velvet.
The Chips Ahoy technology blasted off. Like they got some NASA scientists working on that shit.
Oh yeah, cookie technology, has really, it's like the microchip. Yeah. It's just doubling in power every year.
Similar to circus technology, so much so it ran itself out of business and there's no more circuses.
Oh, that's true. That's true. That's sad.
Hot take. Reason we got no supervillains in the world or superheroes anymore, no more circuses.
I think you're right.
I think I'm dead on.
Yeah, I think you're dead on.
The second we stopped making lion tamers, the second we lost our superhero resources.
Yeah. Where are these villains going to get their training?
I mean, do you think any supervillains are coming out of Circus du Soleil? I'm not going to be frightened of them. I don't care that they can do amazing feats of acrobatics. You ain't wearing no top hat.
In Florida, it doesn't matter, like, if you're a hero or a villain, because someone just shoots you. Right? I mean, but I'm pretty sure they like,
and that's just buying the ticket for the circus. You get shot.
I know, yeah. And I mean, I imagine internationally there are still circuses. I'm sure there are plenty of circuses going through Russia these days.
Russia is a huge circus market. Having taken Russian, it is a big deal, and there's a whole lesson in my Russian textbook on the circus, includes.
That makes sense. So there's plenty of supervillains in Russia. We know that.
And when I was traveling through Latvia many years ago, I stayed at a hostel for a grand total of $4 a night. That is the winter home of a traveling circus. And in
Oh,
my
sweet.
room were these sweet pictures of clowns from Russian photography from the early 80s on the wall.
Ooh,
And
yeah.
let me tell you, I slept real easy in that room in the ex-Soviet Republic of Latvia, staring at Russian clowns all night from the
Oh
80s.
man. Oh, ooh, that's tough.
If I just had the skills to shoot a bow and arrow, I might have been a superhero that night.
Oh, yeah, that's terrible. All right, so where else did Hawkeye work? What other shitty jobs?
So to make extra money when the Avengers weren't paying him enough and he wasn't getting the fame he wanted, he went and worked for Cross Technology Enterprises, a technology and research and development company where Hawkeye worked as the chief of security, which turned out to be owned by William Cross, who turned out to be an evil
Darren
supervillain by
Cross.
the name William Cross.
Is it William Cross? I thought it was Darren Cross.
No, it's William Cross. Yeah, you should have guessed Christopher Cross. That would have been a good guess.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when I was reading it, I was wondering why he was sailing so much. It just takes him away.
Why was he? Why was Hawkeye guarding Yacht Rock so much?
I know. I don't know.
But
Or when he got caught between the moon and New York City. It's like, oh man, that's a strange place to get caught, but I'm not putting it together.
well, Hawkeye was just there protecting it, and what happened?
Oh man. But he fell in love in that limited
Well,
series, so it was
okay,
okay.
I gotta finish.
That's
I
the
gotta
best
finish.
he could do, but the
I
best
gotta
he could do was fall in love.
I gotta finish my thought.
Go,
William
go.
Cross turned out to be supervillain who came back.
Crossfire.
Yay! Now do more Christopher Cross jokes. Those are good.
That's all I got for now.
Okay.
But yeah, and that was in the Hawkeye limited series, his first one, where he, like I said, the best he did was fall in love. So he fell in love with this woman who turned out to be, I think her name was Sheila, right? Did you read
What?
that book?
Yeah, he was dating.
Sheila.
He was dating Sheila, who was like the head of publicity for Cross Technologies. But he ended up
Why did he stop dating Sheila?
because she wanted to kill him.
Yeah, but Sheila was a man. This is a funky Cole Medina reference. We're
Oh
doing
yeah,
music references now.
yeah, okay. I missed that one. Okay, that was a
No,
deep dive.
sorry. We'll get back on the Christopher Cross
But
bandwagon
he
here.
did meet the love of his life, Barbara Bobby Morris. Turns out to be Mockingbird, and he also loses his hearing
He does.
in a fight in this limited series when he's working for Cross Technologies. When he bites down on a sonic arrow to cancel out the ultrasonic mind control device of one Crossfire. So if you're wondering where it happened in the comic books, where he actually loses his hearing, this is it. Becomes a seminal point of Hawkeye's story, as well as fighting Yacht Rock villains.
Yeah, I mean, yacht rock villains are the worst.
The worst. Boats and hose.
Now, he's not related to Darren Cross, though?
I don't know who Darren Cross is.
Darren Cross is the villain from the Ant-Man movie who ends up becoming Yellow Jacket.
Not that I know of. I know his name's William Cross. It doesn't have it anywhere in the wikis I've seen.
Interesting.
So yeah, I think you're making that one up.
I may be making that one up. Yeah, that's fine.
My favorite part of that miniseries also is the fact that there is a villain named the Silencer.
Oh yes, tell us about him.
Whose only power is to silence the gun he shoots. So he's a normal average day Joe who just has a gun, and his power is to silence the sound of that gun, as opposed to, I don't know, using a silencer on said gun. Also, he meets a quick death in the series and then never comes back. I'm going to write a miniseries starring him. That's going to be amazing.
So this might be a retcon, but I'm reading on the wikis. After his death, the family company created by Darren was controlled by his cousin William Cross.
Ah.
So we're both right, but I'm a little more right.
You're a little bit wrong.
But I mean, you'd think they would have done more in the music business, though.
Well, you think he would have been more amazing than he is because he is Christopher Cross. I think that's his brother.
Hell yeah. What is Christopher Cross's most famous? What is his most famous song, according to SmoothRadio.com?
According to Yacht Roddy, according to PoppingCollars.com.
I've heard this song, but I don't think this is his most famous song.
I was gonna go Sailing Away.
I think "Sailing" is his most favorite song, most famous song too. This says "Ride Like the Wind" is his most famous song. I think that's wrong.
I don't know. I've heard that song. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a long time for me too. But I mean, I think it's "Sailing." Then it's Arthur's song, obviously. All right.
Yeah.
So, like you said, the best he did was fall in love in that miniseries. He met his future wife, right?
Loses hearing.
Loses his hearing,
Shit
and then
job.
quits. Yeah, quits Cross Enterprises.
Doesn't even get unemployment when he leaves because,
I
well,
know.
supervillains don't pay out unemployment insurance.
Yeah, they don't pay any taxes. Clearly evading taxes, a supervillain organization. So the next shit job is with the World Counterterrorism Agency. You're going to have to tell me about this one.
So this is the one where he takes up a job working for his ex-wife, Mockingbird, at the World Counterterrorism Agency, doing counterterrorism stuff. I haven't
What's
read
the
any of the
difference between that and S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Well, this is just like a private organization, it's like an NGO.
Gotcha.
like they had to take donations to stop terrorism. So not only is he working for a not-for-profit NGO trying to stop terrorism, he has to work for his ex-wife.
Is this before she dies?
Well, she's obviously come back.
No, I didn't know. I was going to say, is it before she died, though?
This is more recent. Yeah, this is like, I haven't read any of the issues with this in it. I need to read some of them. I didn't get a chance to, but
yeah, is that in one of his solo books?
I can't remember if it was one of his solo books or not. I think they may have a limited series on this. I don't know enough about it.
Let me ask you some trivia questions about it then. No, so
the World Counterterrorism Agency, WCA, was formed by a large group of ex-S.H.I.E.L.D. agents, including Bobby Morris, following events of the Secret Invasion. After being reunited, Barbara Clinton Barton Hawkeye joins WCA to fight AIM scientist Monica Rappaccini.
That poor AIM scientist.
Yeah.
And they're just trying to go sailing. Wrong company.
Why did they choose the name World Counterterrorism Agency, WCA?
Because it's the abbreviation for West Coast Avengers.
Stop reading your online Wikipedia.
No, I'm just looking at it. Those are the 3 letters you capitalized on our show notes. I was looking at it before. I'm like, that's for West Coast Avengers.
No, it's Avengers West Coast, my friend.
Yeah, later retconned. Stupid. Why do Avengers need to be on a coast? Anyway, I liked the West Coast Avengers. That was a fun book. So the one shit job that everyone knows about is his MCU job as an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., where they trained him to be a weapon. He's a killing machine.
Train him to be a weapon and send him to New Mexico to sit in rafters.
They do.
That's a shitty job.
That is a shitty job. He sits in rafters to watch The Hammer. He sits in rafters to watch The Cube. Right?
That's all he does. Go sit up there, watch things.
He stands on buildings to call out the shots for the Avengers in their battle in New York City.
Gets a shitty Broadway star to be him in the Avengers musical and Hawkeye, the TV show.
That's Rogers the Musical. That's all. That's pretty funny. I enjoyed that. That's probably the least shitty of the jobs, but still kind of a shitty job if you think about it.
It's a shit job. It's just he's just collecting a paycheck.
Yeah, and it's just whatever Fury tells him to do, wherever Fury tells him to go.
He's taking words from Sam Jackson. Now, what sucks is Mockingbird does appear in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the TV show, played by the lovely Adrienne Palicki. But Jeremy Renner never gets to meet her. I don't get that.
Yeah, it would have been neat if they referenced maybe a past relationship or something. But Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I think, was retconned out of the
I would
MCU.
be pissed if I was Jeremy Renner if they didn't put me on the screen with Adrienne Palicki.
Well, you make a good point.
Sorry, sorry,
Maybe she'll be in the
Disney.
Hawkeye show.
Let me talk to Minnie Mouse for a second.
Yeah, I
Why
mean,
hasn't this happened yet?
it would make sense for them to meet up, but I think Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is just out of the MCU.
Indeed,
I didn't make it past season 1 of that, I don't think.
I've watched most of it. It goes really downhill in like the later 5 ones when they go to the Kree future.
Oh,
It
really?
struggles. Yeah,
Oh,
it
yeah.
struggles.
Yeah. So another like honorable mention job is he is the superintendent of a building in the Matt Fraction 2012 Hawkeye series, where
He's the owner and superintendent.
owner and
Yeah.
super, yeah, of the building, and he does a good job as a super, but that
Well,
is also a shitty job.
yes,
Yeah.
it is a super shitty job to own a building in Bed-Stuy. It'd be the superintendent.
Yes. Yes, it sure is. It sure is. But he had those 5 shitty jobs. You ready to move on to day 6 and I
We're
think the
on for day
last one for
6
this
here.
episode?
Or do you want to make this? Okay, we'll call it out here. On the 6th day of Hawkeye-Mas, Marvel Comics gave to me 6 threads of gear and 5 shitty jobs.
Good job.
4 dying hawks, 3 dead Bartons, 2 crime mentors, and a dog with a pizza
slice. Well done,
Way to give me the
sir.
echo. Way to give me the
Yeah,
echoes.
yeah. You kind of you broke up there on my end. Too much good
All right,
singing. Microphone's like I can't take it.
I got the heat.
You
Bringing the
do.
heat. So, and the 6th thread of Gearin, he has had as Hawkeye-ish, I'm going to say 6 different get-ups as far as we can count that are pretty standard. So
Yeah, and
he's had
more than a one timer, right?
now, and we're not talking basically, we're talking the major, so everybody's tweaked his original costume a lot.
Yeah.
But the way that we can see them. Okay, this is what we're going with, kids. Okay, stick with us. So he said the original purple and indigo, classic black, blue. What are the colors? What are his official
Oh,
colors?
it's purple and is it just different shades of purple? Purple and blue on that one, right? Hawkeye original costume. Yeah, it's purple and blue. So it has blue is on the body and purple is on the drapery and boots and mask and gloves.
But it's like a deep indigo blue.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And the
it's
purple's
not
kind of a
black.
brighter. The purple's a little
Yeah,
bit of a brighter purple.
it's like an indigo blue. I want to say. So that's his original. That's been most used. And then, as we said, when he came back to Earth, he crashed and got picked up by the Carnies, and then he adopted a retro tunic look that he wore for a number of issues, starting with Avengers '99 in full appearance, uh, which shows off a lot of man thigh, some Clinton thigh, and Clinton calf, and maybe some
Oh,
bulldogs.
that's blue. That's the blue one, right?
It's blue is blue. It's like baby blue.
Oh, that's bad. And a headband. Got the
And
headband.
I wanted to get to the headband because it's the best part because it's so late '60s. He's got open V-neck chest, headband, and bracers. He's got wristbands, right? Yeah, he's
He
got
does
some
have
super sweet
wristbands.
light purple wristbands, and it doesn't leave much to guess with the Hawkeye junk.
No,
The
no. He
the
better not be doing any jumping.
the little bow or what? The main arrow. The main arrow someone might see.
Uh, yeah, with the tricky D arrow.
The tricky D arrow. The D arrow. The big. Watch out! You get the D arrow.
Let's swallow that beer.
so, so that's the final trick arrow we may talk about later. Then also he has in West Coast Avengers, he appears in a grudge match between the U.S. agent, his battle armor made for him by Tony Stark, which kind of looks like his original armor, but and bulks up.
Yeah, it has goggles and yeah, it's just armor. It's his original suit, but it's armored out. It's pretty cool.
It reminds me when Spider-Man gets his spider armor, but that's silver. But yeah, it's just bulky version looking things. And then he gets a shit brown costume in Heroes Reborn done by Rob Liefeld. And that's pretty awful. And the final Hawkeye armor of these fives is his tactical armor that Matt Fraction debuts in that the artist debuts in that series.
Oh, I've never seen the Hawkeye Heroes Reborn costume before right now. Holy crap, that's so bad.
It's the brown ugly.
There's
So
not even a mouth. There's not even a place for his mouth.
the best part of that is when they go on the Busick run, they go back to medieval England,
Yeah.
and they're like, oh no, another alternate universe thing, and Hawkeye's costume quote is, well, at least I'm going to wear a crappy brown costume this time.
Oh, good for him. Yeah,
And
that's terrible. Oh my goodness.
of these costumes, and then there are also runs with when he is Goliath and he's Ronin, but these are the five Hawkeye. He's purely Hawkeye in these five costumes, and then so over 6 days. So 6 days of red, and so the Ronin's the final one, also called Brown Hawk. So Ronin is the final costume that we want to bring up. Yeah,
And he does have a different costume in the MCU as well, right?
yeah, but I don't really. It's too much like the hybrid between the tactical and the classical. We could go with that, but
and it's not really. It's more just like it's really mostly just like the tactical, I guess.
Yeah.
Right. Doesn't really have any similarities to the Hawkeye comic or costume in the comics.
And he also does dress up as the Golden Archer to impersonate him one time to take down Captain America when Captain America doesn't want to go on with his life. The Golden Archer being the Green Arrow persona in the Squadron Supreme.
Oh yeah.
So of these 6 costumes, original tunic, battle armor, Heroes Reborn, tactical, and Ronin, which is your favorite, KMac?
Oh, the tunic by far.
Well, I'm also voting for the tunic because you get to see the D arrow.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing better. As far as like regular costumes, I like the tactical. I don't know. I think that looks cool. I like the logo on it. And
you were so like in the realistic. I like the realistic episode. I like the stuff.
Sometimes
could actually be functional. Can actually get things done. Not me. Heroes Reborn. Brown, no be able to speak.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
Total Rob Liefeld out.
Yeah. Just like, how do I make Hawkeye look like Deadpool or Spider-Man?
Yeah. It doesn't, and his bow doesn't even have like string in that. It like just shoots somehow.
Oh, really? What?
Yeah.
Jeez. Didn't they like subcontracted all that stuff out to Image, didn't they?
What? That's Liefeld just drew it all. He's just like, this is the way I'm going to draw it. This is the best thing ever.
No, it's more like, how can I cross him between Deadpool, Spider-Man, and Wolverine? Because he has like the Wolverine mask on there.
And what was Liefeld's Wildcats? Well, no, what was his Image book? Youngblood. So yeah, it's basically like, how can I Youngblood out Hawkeye as much as possible, and maybe get some copyright infringement so I can sue Marvel for making my comic look like his, and get Marvel to pay me for Youngblood rights.
How dare Marvel?
Absolute trash. So, breaking that down for you kids as we're ending the first of our 2 episodes on the 12 Days of Hawkeye-Mas, we will sing down the lyrics together here. KMac,
we sure will.
For 6 days. So,
on the sixth day of Hawkeye-Mas, Marvel Comics gave to me 6 threads of gear and 5 shitty jobs, 4 dying Hawks, 3 dead Bartons, 2 crime mentors, and a dog with a pizza slice. That was pretty bad.
We're gonna do better the next episode.
We're gonna do better the next time. We'll have to do all 12 next time, obviously.
Well, when we get through. So it's 6 threads of gear and 5 shitty jobs, 4 dying Hawks, 3 dead Bartons, 2 crime mentors, and a dog with a pizza slice. And we will be tracking these all on our Twitter page for you and on our Instagram page, so you can sing along with all your family when you're gathered around to watch the 6th episode of Hawkeye on Disney Plus. and you can regale them with all the stories of what each one means while you unwrap your favorite presents at the Christmas tree, the Kwanzaa bush, or the Hanukkah menorah.
Correct. Now, how would you rate your beer as far as either a day or an item within a day?
I am going to go with.
Remind us what your beer is again.
It is a Nice Chouf from Brasserie de Chouf out of Belgium at 10%. It's a winter Belgian beer made by Gnome, so it's Gnomey. So I'm gonna go 6 threads of gearing because all those pretty costumes remind me of all little gnome dresses up, just like Hawkeye is, and it is solid as can be.
Sweet. This is very nice. So my beer again is Adoptable Lager by Mortarworks Brewing in Bradenton, Florida. And I'm just going to go with a dog with a pizza slice because this beer is all about adopting dogs. It's pretty simple, but pretty nice. Good thing to think about over the holidays as well.
Well done. Yeah, it fits everything. Look how nicely tied up.
That is good.
So, if you like this episode, reach out onto your wherever you're listening to podcasts and give us 5 stars, 20 stars. If you're listening on the top of the Sphinx, tap that bad boy on the non-existing nose and tell him to tweet us too.
Yeah, if you're caught between the moon and New York City, take a picture and put it on our Instagram.
tell us, do all that and send it to us at cbcopodcast@gmail.com or hit us up at Twitter at cbco_podcast or put a picture on our Instagram page or hashtag us or add us or whatever at comicbooks_cold ones. I am Yek and I am festive as fuck today.
You are.
Our first 6 days of Hawkeye-Mas.
Yeah, and this is KMac signing off, and look out for the next part of this episode, which will go through the obviously 7 through 12 days of Hawkeye-Mas. Happy holidays, everybody.